Welcome back. Couple of big games for Manchester United. Fuck me. It sucked. Welcome back. We do got a lot of talk. Fuck me. Welcome back. We got a lot to talk about.
We got there. Exactly as Trevin says, a lot to talk about. A lot of good, a lot of bad. A lot of bad on the blue side.
A lot of good on the red side.
We'll get right into it, as we always do, starting from the beginning. For City, the beginning was a few games ago, like 6 or 7 games ago when we started losing. We've been on a bit of a losing streak. It's no secret. We have a lot we could go into, but for right now, we're just going to unpack probably the biggest game of them all, and that was this Liverpool game. Yeah. In a lot of people's eyes, the title decider. Honestly, I hate to say this. Like, I'm like 50-50 right now. I'm 50-50 but I can't say it's over because we've come back from gaps before.
100%.
To teams of Arsenal, but this Liverpool team it's a little different, right?
I mean,
it's a little different.
We even saw a couple of years ago when they were Centurions, they didn't start off the year great. Yeah, they weren't losing a bunch, but they ended up winning 12 or 13 in a row there to end the season, and it was like you can't count them out until it's
all said and done.
April 15th, and they're 12 points ahead if somebody is ahead of them, but you can't count them out because they can just all of a sudden snap and go on a 12-game winning streak.
I hope something like that can happen. To be honest, I don't see it happening though. Just this time, it's a lot different. The losing streak, the
feeling around the club,
the injuries, the lack of recruitment over the last 2 years, things like that in certain positions especially. We need to strengthen in January. We need I need Pep Guardiola to get it together. By no means am I blaming all this on him, but he's the manager. He definitely has to take some of the blame in this run.
Falls to him.
Right. The Liverpool game specifically, that's what we'll get into. Obviously, still no Rodri, but still, we can't keep using that as an excuse. One player for a whole team, right? We're a whole team.
Very important player, yes.
Right.
But
we can't be depending on him. The midfield has been absolutely exposed over the past few games, and this Liverpool team did it even more so. First half, immediately, you see Szoboszlai, Gravenbach, McAllister, all these guys who are just runners who want the ball. They're pressing. Even Diaz. Everyone in Liverpool, they press. That's what they do. In Manchester City, for some reason, can't pass the ball out of the back right now. But once we get to the midfield is just giving it away. The whole first half almost, we see giveaway after giveaway, chance after chance for Liverpool, and it's from laziness in midfield. And you're leaving our defenders exposed. Yep. It's a combination of a few things. I think the forwards could be pressing more as well. Still having Gundogan and Rico Lewis and Bernardo Silva, guys who we know maybe a little bit less of Rico Lewis. He can still run a little bit, but those guys, they can't run really. Like, we don't have athletes in our team, and we're getting exposed against teams that have not only good quality, but athletes as well who want the ball, who are fighting, who are wanting to get after and get the ball, and we couldn't handle it.
I think, like Tanner said, the athletes is such an underrated thing. Like, there's so many good athletes in that Liverpool team.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, City do have a few, but people like Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, like he said,
they ain't running.
Even Phil Foden, I would not classify as really great world-class athletes. Yeah, they do have technical ability out of this fucking world that's crazy, but they're not athletes. Like, Haaland is an athlete. They don't have enough of those to supplement the amount of players in bad form and a manager in bad form right now, because it's not just the lineups. Some of the substitutions also call into question. I mean, we saw against Liverpool, I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
I did not mean to say we. I'm saying they had a midfield that was lacking in legs or experience. The person that has legs is inexperienced in Rico Lewis, and the people that have experience, they don't have the legs. They just couldn't do it against Liverpool's midfield.
It's simple as, and I truly think the defenders, I think they really just did what they could. There were some giveaways by the defenders too as well. I can't say there weren't. Akanji with a few. Kyle Walker, again, unimpressive. Why this guy's our captain, why this guy keeps playing, I don't understand. Is
why
there nobody else?
Why he marks Van Dijk on a corner?
Why he marks Van Dijk on a corner? Is there no one else who can fill that role? I don't know. These are all questions for Pep Guardiola, though. This is why I think he just needs to find a way to turn this around. It's his job to turn it around. At the end of the day,
100%.
you know, he can flash up the 6 fingers to Liverpool all he wants.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day,
that was pretty funny.
we're down 2-0, and we've lost I don't even know how many in a row. So we need to be focusing more on that, trying to get back into form, get the mojo back, okay? Just because Rodri's not there, it doesn't mean anything. At this point, we're in a top 4 race, right? At this point,
out of top 4.
We're out of the top 4 currently.
So
we're in a top 4 race. So I just don't think we can turn it around. Again, I still have that 50% hope in me because this is Manchester City. We've done it before. I think we could do it again. But it's just it's going to be so much more difficult now than it has ever been for Pep Guardiola with Manchester City. By far, these next few weeks are going to be the toughest and
100%.
even harder than the ones we've experienced just now of just losing. It's like a whole, it's a reset almost. It's just like we need to get with reality. We need new players. We need to get the older players out.
Your manager's got to figure it out because he is low-key losing it. Like, some of the things that we've seen him say in the press aren't really that weird when you consider some of the comments that he's made in the past. He's a funny guy. He likes to joke with people. He likes to mess with the reporters because they're a bunch of dicks and nobody likes him. But at the same time, they're starting to get weirder and weirder. You know, like, you don't generally see him rattled that much. Like, for as many big profile teams and managers that he's played against, he generally doesn't get rattled. And the Liverpool fans were singing "Sacked in the Morning," and he just broke. And he's cutting himself with his fingers, or so he says. It could have been a fight in the locker room. Nah, I'm just kidding. But it's like, what's going on here? Like, with him in particular, go to Barcelona, figure it out, get some of your treatments or whatever, and come back better.
He needs the sun. He needs he needs some help though.
Get out of the Manchester
We
weather.
need signings in January. The midfield, it's just shot. It's absolutely De Bruyne, Bernardo, Gundo, all 3 players I've loved for many, many years. But it's coming to times where these guys just, right now, they're not putting in their performances. And Kevin De Bruyne, what is he doing not starting? Okay, if he's not fit, then he doesn't play. But if he's fit, play him. And I know I've seen that he was saying he's pain-free now and whatnot, so play him. We need creativity. We've obviously been lacking creativity for weeks now, and we're not getting it from anywhere. Like those guys I just said who aren't really defending very well, who aren't putting the legs in for midfield, not only that, but they're not doing the forward end of it. We're not getting enough goals. We're not creating enough chances. Our leading goal scorer, Erling Haaland, he's got like 10 more goals than anyone else, right? Nobody else has over 3 or 4 goals in all comps for Man City. So we're lacking creativity. So if De Bruyne is okay to play, fucking put him in. We need that. We need that creative ball. Maybe he can't run like he used to and have legs like I've been saying for the past 5 fucking minutes. But he can play that ball and he can create. He can do something for us that we don't have.
If you keep
Haaland
it
needs
forward.
the ball. Haaland needs the ball. Nobody's getting him the ball, and people are gonna critique Haaland, and rightfully so. He didn't have that great of a game, and he could have done maybe a little bit more here and there, but he can't get the ball. So I can't be that mad at him because he's the striker. His job at the end of the day is to stand up there and score goals. And what has he been the best at doing for the past few years? Scoring goals. So I don't need him to come drop back. I don't need him to come create. I don't need him to come back and do all that shit. Okay, I don't care about this modern striker bullshit. He scores goals. He is if not the best, one of the best in the world at it. Top 2, 100% at scoring the ball in the back of the net. I firmly and wholeheartedly believe that's a fact. So stand him up there, give him the ball, but nobody's giving him the ball. He's not getting any opportunity. We didn't see any sort of creative greatness until the second half when we had Savinho and Doku come on. Doku absolutely ripping up Trent multiple times. Love to see it.
Yeah.
Just another day for Doku.
De Bruyne had a couple opportunities, a couple of chances.
He came in. Oh man, he should have scored that. He should have scored that opportunity. He should have squared it to Haaland. He should have done the thing I said. The creative midfielder, get it to Haaland. He should have scored that. We didn't. It doesn't matter. I don't think it would have changed the game either way, though. Anyway, overall, Manchester City, these next few games are really crucial for us. I just want to see us get wins. I don't care how we do it. I don't care how we got to grind them out. Pep Guardiola is saying Jack Grealish may be in midfield. I would love to see it. Somebody with legs, somebody who wants to defend,
somebody who wants to be on the ball,
somebody who wants to be on the ball and create and defend, and he would be an amazing 8. I know he would because I see him multiple times on the left wing, and our left winger today or yesterday, Mateus Nunes, just standing out there in fucking no man's land for half the game. I don't understand why. It's a shit show all around. We need to get it together. Hopefully we see changes. Hopefully Pep Guardiola can get some composure, get it together for the team because they need him more than ever now. And you can tell it's getting to him. So hopefully he can turn it around.
From the massive lows to the very high highs of Manchester United, we are in a vastly different spot than we were just a month and a half ago. You know, when Ten Hag was dismissed, it was honestly like, there's nowhere but up to go, and that's exactly what we've done. Thankfully, I was right in that assessment. I mean, realistically, there was another 7 spots we could have gone lower. But, you know, Ruud came in, steadied the ship, and Amarin has just benissimo. Just absolutely beautiful football. Everything has just clicked in this last 2 games. Yes, the quality of the opponent is not there. You play in the Europa League. You have a good win, 3-2. A little dicey there for a second, but you get a win. It's what you needed. And then Everton. I mean, this is not a great Everton team. They are probably going to get relegated. They're not fantastic. But they're still a Premier League level team who you want to be playing against. And you can only play against 2 you're in front of, and you beat them 4-0. That's pretty impressive.
You can see the changes straight away when Amarin come in. And yes, the opposition not really there yet. But that's honestly what you want from an incoming manager to get easier. They're still Premier League and Europa League games, so they're not easy by any means, but they're the easier games you'll have throughout the year. So saying that, you want him to come in to be able to implement his system. He's been able to do that, the 3-4-2-1, whatever you want to call it. The 3-4-3, 3-4-2-1, 2 cams, 2 wing. It's really 2 cams and a striker. So you can see it. He's able to implement that, and that's what you want. He's able to do that immediately, and not only is he able to implement it, they're actually getting results with the formation he prefers. So hopefully, for United's sake, when it come time they play a bigger team,
Arsenal this
they're gonna they're gonna hope that formation has somewhat built a foundation for them to grow off of. And you see different players thriving: Diallo, Bruno, Rashford, Xerxes, Højlund, both of them. I mean, there's multiple players who you could say are doing better. Obviously, it's just the beginning, so you can't get too carried away. It's just the first few games. Again, the opposition not really there. These are expected wins, even when Ten Hag was there.
Yeah, but they weren't happening.
But even then, they weren't really happening. So to see that for a United fan perspective, that's what they want. They want to see a manager come in, put his tactics in, and get the players on his side immediately.
And I think that's one thing that we've lacked for a long time. I mean, you look at, even going back to Louis van Gaal, we saw about, a third of the way, almost Christmas time, he decides, okay, after the Leicester game, they lost 5-3, he decides, okay, I'm changing this up. I'm not playing at the 3 at the back. I'm going to go just sit back. You're not scoring 5 goals on me. You're not going to score any goals, but we're not either. So that was a problem. And then Ten Hag comes in, and he tries to go out from the back for the first few games his first season. We lose first 2 games, Brentford and Brighton. We lost both games, and then he's like, okay, I'm just going to go back to the 4-2-3-1, hoof it long from De Gea because he can't do it. We don't have the players to do it, da-da-da-da. Ruben Amorim comes in, doesn't matter. We don't have a right wing back. We don't have a left wing back that's fit. Somebody's got to play there, so somebody's going to play there, and we've actually had 2 really, really good players perform to their expected quality in two positions that they're not used to in Diallo and Dalot. They're both playing really well in systems that they've never really played in before.
The two wing backs, especially Dalot, you could see the turn for him. A right wing back role is just kind of seems what is suiting him right now. Like he's playing, obviously going more forward a lot more, because that's what he likes to do. And just the two outside guys, they have such an important job. They're runners, up and down, up and down. They have to keep going, attack and defend. And that's what they're doing, though. You can see they're actually giving some decent cover to the back three who've been playing all right. Onana have been playing well. It's really interesting to see how Casemiro and Kobe Mainoo have been doing. They've been doing okay again, not the best competition. But for the game that they've been put in, that double pivot of midfield, it worked. A lot of people are kind of criticizing Casemiro. I was one of those guys. I don't see how that for a long-term solution, Casemiro playing in the double midfield. I don't know if that's what he can do. But they're doing all right so far. So he's going to keep playing in there. And they're playing well. I mean, especially when you have a guy like Xerxes coming in, new transfer. Obviously, Højlund's newer guy too, but both of them. You want to either strikers scoring goals, Rashford scoring goals. I think that's the biggest thing for them. Is not only the whole team is getting along with the manager and the tactics are in there, but there's the guys who are supposed to be scoring, who weren't before, are scoring. Yeah. Rashford, Xerxes, Højlund, even Bruno getting in more on the action. Players like that, those guys have to do well.
As far as this game goes, though, you can't really hope for better. 4-0, clean sheet. Xerxes with 2, Rashford with 2. 2 players that you desperately want to score, be involved, have positive games. Yeah. Because they're 2 players that are very important to us, yes, in different ways. Xerxes, we expect, hopefully, if he can get 10 goals this year, that's what we want. If Rashford can get 15, that's what we want. And so far, Rashford's got 3 and 3. Højlund's got 2 and 2. Xerxes got 2 and 2. And we need the goals, and there's actually chances that are being created now. Before under Ten Hag, you would have 2 and 3 chances a game, and if you didn't convert those, we were going to lose. And sometimes we got them. Sometimes we had 2 shots on goal and 2 goals, and we win 2-1. But then other games, you would lose 3-1 because you created 2 opportunities and you let them have 3 transition attacks, and they were goals. Because the system has completely changed. The mood has completely changed. Exactly what you want from Ruben Amorim to come in. And like we said, 4-0 against Everton. Yes, it's Everton, but that was such a good result, so positive for the team that you can't really hope for any better, especially when you're seeing the goals were from energy that wasn't there before.
The first goal was a little...
It was the first goal... Hello.
First goal was a little interesting, to say the least. Deflection was probably going to go in anyway, you could say.
And then the next one, we see Xerxes, wonderful pressing from Ahmad. He created 2 goals, basically. The first one he got an assist on. The third one he finally got an assist, and then the fourth one he got an assist. But that second one from Bruno, it was all pressing from Ahmad, and then Bruno just slots it to Xerxes. 2-0, and we're rolling. Going into the second half.
20 seconds
in. Immediate impact. I mean, we see so many times Ruben Amorim's teams. Also, not to, add on to City, but Sporting did the same thing against City in the Champions League right from kickoff in the second half. He said something to him, got him motivated somehow, and they end up scoring. United do the same. 3-0, game's pretty much gone, and then Ahmad from nothing creates another one. Braithwaite, thanks for proving why we're not going to spend, $70 million on you. I've been calling it for a while. He's just an overhyped. He's Harry Maguire. Yes, very good quality center back, but not who Manchester United needs.
All right, that's all. Fucking shit from City. Fucking great from United.
Yeah, role reversal.
Hopefully we can get back on track. Hopefully Pep can get us together. Hopefully Amorim fucking gets hit by a bus or something.
We'll see what happens against Arsenal on Wednesday. We know this week's coming up. A lot of games, a lot of days here, so we'll let you know.
I'm just kidding, Amorim. I know you're watching.
We know you are. We hope
I'm
you
just
do
joking
well,
with you. Oh.